Got it.
like at the same time.
Yeah.
Just to always stay practicing and to be able to know I can count on myself to but I love working with people. Like I think collaborating with people is where I find the most joy um in music.
Yeah, 'cause you get a lot of people, and you're putting
Yeah,
your
it's just
minds together, working on
it's
something
so
Absolutely.
together.
beautiful
Yeah.
what can happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is about, like just what you guys just said is collaborating, getting with like-minded people, putting our brains together because we can only go so far by ourselves. I made music for a long time just by myself, and that shit gets old. It's not fun after a while. You're, just yourself and your music, like that's like
Yeah.
I don't know, you need people, like you really need people like
Yeah. You really do.
to
Yeah.
make it
I've been
happen.
doing it for maybe about 4 or 5 years on my own, and I'm just like now finally like, okay, I'm done. I want people with me.
That's amazing.
I've been doing it since I was a little squeaker
Nice.
before my voice changed.
Oh no, it's fun, yeah. It's in your blood, man, making music.
Yeah.
Hey, so you were talking a little bit about your project. I just wanted to share a little bit about mine too. Um,
Okay.
get my video back on. Because you were singing a little bit there, like some like native like songs, and
Hmm.
I'm working on a project with a friend of mine who is like he's been involved in many different reservations. He's moved around the country. His parents were political activists, and so he's learned songs from a lot of different native tribes and different regions, right? Different dialects,
Yeah.
and he's actually like worked on some stuff on his own. He's not a producer. He's more of like a musician, right? Um,
Yeah.
and so he's got like some really like amazing music that he's written that is like uses like native words from I can't remember the name, but there's like a um, an older like figure, from like way before colonization, who wrote all these like poems. They were songs, but they it was before things were recorded. So all they have is like the written word of the poetry of music, and so he's kind of taking that and putting it to native style music. Um, similar to what you would hear at like a powwow or any kind of ceremony, right? Um,
Oh yeah.
and so we're looking at starting with recording his music, right? And because it's going to be just drum and voice, and
Mm.
I'm going to try and use some like more, I don't know, like a little bit more advanced techniques for recording. So like I'll be using three mics for the drum,
Mm.
one right in front of it, one on the side to catch the mids, one in the room, further away to catch the reverberation in the room.
Mm.
We'll do kind of similar thing with the vocals, things like that. But the idea is to try and get a solid method to capture native style music,
Mm.
um,
Mm.
where
Yeah.
high quality recordings and do almost like a preservation effort to
Wow.
preserve the the quality, preserve the music and high quality that we have capable of today with today's technology.
Yeah.
So I'd
Yeah,
love to work together with any of you guys if that's something that you might be interested in being part of.
Yep.
Because I would like to try to get some grants,
Oh yeah.
funding to, and get it in like the library, the
absolutely.
Congress Library.
Yep.
Mm. Hey, I'd sing.
That's
I'd sing with
amazing,
that.
man.
That's an amazing
Nice
project.
work.
Yeah. I like
I
that.
think it'll be really cool.
That is
It
super cool
will
for
be.
preservation. Like you said,
Hmm.
preservation and, just capturing a accurate representation of like that music and just, capturing it in its purest form and sharing it with
Yeah.
the
Exactly.
world,
Hmm.
That's beautiful.
beautiful.
Singing with tears in your eyes.
Yeah.
It'd be like that sometimes with me.
Hmm.
Grab my
Right?
drum and just go walk outside and find a good place and just, sing some
Yeah.
songs you were taught when you were little.
Hmm.
Wow. Yeah, music is power, guys. Music is a
It's real
responsibility.
powerful.
It's a real like music is music saved my life. You know, I don't know. I can speak for anybody in this chat, but music is like been there for me as like a rock, you know, solid. So I'm excited that we're all joining in together and talking music and sharing ideas. And yeah, that's an amazing project, Chris, of just using a
Thank you.
technology, using microphone techniques and trying to capture like as accurately the room and just like the feeling of that music and those sounds.
Yeah,
Right.
it's crazy.
And I
Actually,
think, oh, go ahead.
I want to try that. I've never thought of that technique. I've just been using the one I'm using right now to record my drums, and I have to be at like a specific distance from it, so
Mm.
I don't have to be too loud. Because it'll really overwrite, and it has a lot of
What kind of
bass, and I
mic do
play
you
the
have?
drum. It's a Blue Yeti.
Good one.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So then
Yeah, so
I turn the mic all the way down, and then like I go to a specific distance so I can pick it up real good.
Right.
Because the cool thing is,
so
I'm this first one, I think it's called Power It Up, and there's like this drop. So it goes real heavy, and then like you can faintly hear you can faintly hear round dance drum.
Mm.
So that's what I'm working on.
nice. Yeah, so the reason why I'm going with that technique with like the three different mics is because like it's limited amount of instrumentation, right? It's just voice and it's just drum. So like when you have songs that have a lot of instrumentation, like multiple like guitar and bass and drum set and vocals and harmonies and stuff, it takes up a lot of space. Whereas if you only have two instruments, it doesn't take up nearly as much like frequency space.
Mm.
Yeah.
So the idea is to try and capture all the different frequencies that are generated from the one instrument of the voice or the one instrument of the drum, so
Yeah,
that we can fill out that range in what we listen to, the speakers that we're listening through.
that's really cool.
So
Yeah.
You'll be able to really mess with like your tone. Like you'll be really attentive to tone. I really
yeah, exactly.
that's really
Yep.
cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll catch all the frequencies and the
Wow.
different ranges on different tracks to be able to balance and mix them appropriately, all that kind of stuff.
That's awesome.
Um,
That is awesome.
but one thing that, like one of the other things I want to produce from this effort is samples that we can make available for free, to
A
people that want to use
library.
them in
Wow, music
music.
Yeah.
library,
Exactly. A
music
library.
archive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For the
exactly.
community
Yep.
for free sampling.
So for the community, exactly. Yep.
Oh,
That's a gorgeous idea.
Yeah. So
that
we'll
is a
make,
good idea.
full mixes that'll go into like libraries, like the local libraries and the
Mm.
Congress Library, national. But then we'll also have just the pure samples, that can be I forget what they call them, stems, the
Stems.
Yeah,
stems that people can use that, and do what they want with them.
Download it.
Yeah.
Use it.
that's really cool.
That's a cool idea. I like that.
It's a badass idea right there.
Thank you. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, if you need help with anything, bro, like um wherever we can be useful to like help you make this vision come true. Cause I know you mentioned grants and funding and just like getting the means to like be able to do it. And I'm inspired by like that idea of, the technique of using multiple microphones on like simple like two instruments like a voice and drum or like a guitar and like a drum or like having it more simple but having
Hmm.
more immersive audio kind of like capturing more like stereo because music is surrounding like it's a surround experience. Most speakers
Yeah.
only is mono or it's only left and right, but there's setups that have like
Hmm.
all the way around, music in all directions. There's a Dolby Atmos.
Hmm.
We have a guy in our group named Chris Pack, and he does Dolby Atmos like mixing. That's like his job.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
I'd
able
like
to
to
like
talk to
make
him.
surround sound for like movies and like he has this whole like
That's
studio.
sick.
He's based in like Everett here up north, but yeah,
That's
any
cool.
if you guys have any ideas like and need help just with different stuff in the group, like drop in the group, like keep us posted on Zoom and on Instagram, and like we'll definitely. I personally would love to help with this project, Chris, in any way that you'd need. So
Look what you did.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna educate this guy.
Yeah, I'll definitely be open about, the progress that we're making and everything.
I'm gonna be out there today going, "Boss, what do you about that?"
and
Make
reach
sure
out
some
and
camera open.
get feedback from you guys as I'm going through it. Because like I said before in the messages, like I've only been like getting into producing for the past 3 months.
Wow.
I've been a musician for like 15 years, so I have plenty of music experience, but producing is kind of new to me, so I'm just kind
Right.
of trying to figure it out as I go.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Producing
15
is
years.
magic, man. Like capturing music, and
Hmm.
that's my bread and butter. That's what
Yeah.
I've been doing personally for like my whole life. And it's a gift that keeps giving, capturing music, sharing music. Um, everybody
Yeah.
enjoys music literally from like any age, any era, any time period, any person, even deaf people, enjoy music. So I think it's
Yeah.
worth exploring and worth investing in and learning and all things music. Um,
Hmm.
Mm.
but yeah, if anybody else wants to chime in, I'm curious to hear about what other people have ideas wise of what they're working on. If anybody wants the floor, if not, I can get into my presentation. But I wanted to ask first if anybody else wanted to bounce in. Somebody said in the
Um,
chat, Tyler said, I forgot the name, but there's an Indigenous artist grant that recently came and opened. I can get
eh,
the name of it written somewhere in my grant documents. Just can't think of it right now. Yes,
that's
please. If
awesome.
you can
Mm.
think of the name, or if you can find that for us, like send it to me or Chris or any of us in the community, and we can reach out to them, and we can tell them our plan and see if we can get grant funding for some of these projects.
Yeah.
It's all for community. It's
I,
all nonprofit. It's all
Heck
for
yeah.
preservation, for culture, for Seattle music. For
Hmm.
Washington State, Pacific Northwest. So thank you, Tyler.
yeah. For
It's
my name's Josh, and I live in Seattle. I've lived in Seattle pretty much my whole life, and been playing the guitar for a while. But when I for the past like several years, few years, I started working at like just I basically work in community programs out here, a couple of them. Some are like visual art studios, um, and a community center, and then I work with like high school youth,
Wow, that's cool.
and one of
nice.
it's just not I love that type of work, and ever since I was like, I mean, when I like really dedicated a large portion of my life to like music, one of the things I've been working on myself and trying to build community with people has been like to archive music. And I've applied like through grants, I was able to make a couple albums actually,
Wow.
with like with a bunch of people in community, and we filmed a video series. We did a record in a backyard, um, like completely live, that was improvised, but
Oh,
it was really nice because it gave like over 20 artists that haven't had much experience uh, on projects that get published and released out, and then through the intention of really like going back to the artists. Um, and so for basically this whole time, I've been trying to figure out, how to make that type of work sustainable.
hmm.
Um, but out here so far, I mean, I work with different people to kind of try to make that happen, but um, it hasn't been as consistent as I've wanted it to be. So I spent a lot of time doing it by myself. So it's it's amazing the time the synchronicity of you all putting this together, because it gives me a lot of hope. Because at this point, like we came up with a name for our project, and like I've published the stuff on this name, but I'm at the point where I don't care what it's called. And like I just want to be able to use the things we've created to create more opportunities and to go back to artists. And it's always been to archive culture, um, especially for like underrepresented communities. That's like one of the parts about all of this that made me so inspired, is because I just couldn't believe how many talented people I would cross paths with that didn't really ever have a platform to share their stuff on. So I wanted to I wanted to help create one, and that's like a life goal.
Mm.
Um, so like I'm so stoked that you're doing this, and yeah, like however I can help. I have so much to learn too. Like so and I it's really cool to see the work that y'all have been up to. Um, I just am excited to learn. So
Man, absolutely.
thank you. Yeah.
That is
Good stuff,
exciting,
man.
bro.
Thank you. It's nice to like share this space. I'm excited to meet you all in person and just like this is what sounds like a this is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, we plan to do meetups in person and organize like jam sessions and recording and just different places around the city. Today I talked to KEXP, the big radio station in Seattle. They're down to like work with us
Yeah.
and partner with us on some projects. I talked to next
Oh,
door to
awesome.
KEXP is the Vera Project, which is a full event space, and they have two or three studio rooms in the building
Yeah,
in
man.
Seattle that
Oh, cool.
we're going to organize times where we can get youth in and get just talented people that play instruments, get in there together and record them, have people that record stuff like Chris, with the microphones and with producing. We're going to have people filming,
Are
people.
those studios? I'm sorry. Quick question. Are those studios acoustic treated?
Oh yeah, they are tried and true, like set up with analog gear,
Okay.
amps, fully
Ooh,
functional
Wow.
recording
that's
studios that
exciting.
and they made it in the name of literally all ages music, um, empowering creatives in the city to.
Yeah.
So they're down to partner with us and to host us weekly for
Okay.
different stuff for like quite
Dude,
some
you're
time.
That's
this
sick.
is exactly I've always wanted to
That's
part.
hella
That's
sick.
really, really awesome.
Yeah, it's literally right by the Space Needle, guys. It's like it should be central, where if you
Okay.
wanted come up to the city for like afternoon or for evening, or even a whole day, we can host like little songwriting camps or like producing camps or even just jam and the KEXP gathering space is like a cafe and lounge. It's a big room, like big area where just a ton of music lovers from all over the world really come and like enjoy music at KEXP. It's an amazing nonprofit like indigenous supporting radio station. It's streamed across the whole world. Like they play music
Yeah.
from Seattle and blast it out to like the whole world online on streaming. But they do radio and they have like nonprofit outreach for youth and for pretty much like what all of us are like trying to do. Like there's other people that are down to do it with us and to like host
It's
us. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
That is
that's been
awesome.
a
I'm getting chills.
I worked for them over the summer as like a teaching artist. They partner with schools and I taught music
right.
for
Look at
them
that.
over the summer and that was fun and I had huge goals like I love that I love camps with kids like I love songwriting workshops like that's like what I would like that's like aside from making music, that's like my favorite way to spend time. So that's just so sick that you got in touch with them. And
Yeah.
I'm really happy. I've always hoped that they would want to support something like that, but if in my own ways, like just have had always waited because it's kind
Yeah.
of nervous. I'm really proud that you reached out,
I
man.
mean, yeah,
That's
like
amazing.
people are really a phone call away. You can knock on their door, you can
Exactly.
write them an email, you can call them, and like you can even go run into them in person. And like, it's not about me, it's about community. It's like I'm just one person that I can call and ask, but it's really backed by all of you guys and like all the collective community effort. It's all of us together. So they're down to host us
Heck yeah.
for jams and for just recording, and we want to have them all over too. We don't That was just one location, but we're also going to partner with places in Tacoma, places in like Olympia, places in Bothell North, Auburn. Wherever you're at, we can set up. There's facilities, and there's already people that are like kind of doing what we do, but like we're just doing it better when we're partnering with all of them and like making it beautiful. So
Yeah.
And
if you guys are
there's never too
down.
much. There's never too many
Never too much music.
Yeah.
Nope.
Never can you have too much music. Absolutely. Well, if you guys are down, I think that might be a good segue for me to share my screen and go over. I have a brief slideshow. It should take maybe like 10 minutes,
Awesome.
maybe like 10 or
Johnny,
15 minutes.
you're recording this, right?
Yes, I am recording this, by the way. Everybody,
I
you can watch it back and listen to yourselves, or you can take notes and share with your friends. And
awesome.
I'm going to be recording and documenting all the progress of all these projects and posting them just as an archive, just for history, because this is going to be big,
Please.
guys. This is the starting. You know, we got how many people in this group? Real ones. Y'all some real motherfuckers in here. We got like 10.
I'm on my way home from work right now, and I realize my phone's kind of low on battery. So if it drops, just know
No
my
worries.
phone died. And I'm super looking forward to catch whatever I miss. I'll watch on the thing. Please just I'll text you after if
Absolutely.
you could just send me the recording. That'll be sweet.
Man, Josh, thank you for joining in, bro. I'm honored to have you like a part of the team, and I'm excited. I love your enthusiasm, and I'm grateful to have you on board. So thank you, bro.
Dude, it's an honor. I'm gonna stay on until my phone dies.
Okay.
Don't you worry.
Look at that. He's using his last percentage on us. Real one.
Bro, yeah, you guys are the
Thank you,
truth.
bro. That's
For
dedication.
real.
We need people like you, dedicated, inspired. Yeah, people motivated. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here. I'm gonna do the entire screen. Yeah, let's share that. Let me know if you guys can see it.
Yeah, I can see it well.
See it. You can see
Yeah.
it.
Yep, I see it.
All right. Can you guys still see?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, everybody. If you have a notebook, if you have a pen, if you got notes on your phone or whatever you want to take notes on, pull it out. This is a little presentation I made. My name is Johnny Made It. I produce music here in Seattle for over 12 years. A recording artist, making music on the computer, analog, all that. We have a great scene here in Seattle. So my first slide is music. Look at all that good stuff. Musical instruments, using your hands to play music. You know, this is what these here that you're looking at, these create sounds to go in your ears. Music is a universal language. It doesn't matter where you're from in the world, what time period you're from, how old you are. If you're deaf, if you're blind, you can enjoy music, anybody. If you're old, if you're young, happy and sad, music is always there for you, and it's always going to be vibrating and sending you good vibes. My favorite music personally is enjoyed live in person, when you see people playing, when you see bands jamming, great musicians improvising, playing jazz, freestyling, just in the pocket, dialed in. That's what I love. Here's one of my favorite musicians. I don't know if any guessers, any takers, who this is.
I might know the name.
Okay. This is
I think I've seen that guy before.
I've seen him before.
Seen him a few times, maybe. He is Seattle royalty, Seattle legend, rock star, Cherokee guitarist, Jimi Hendrix, hailing from
I knew it was
Seattle.
Jimi Hendrix. I was gonna say, but I didn't want to
literally
embarrass
from
myself.
Seattle, guys. He's from
I
Garfield
didn't know
High
he was from
School.
Seattle.
He dropped out of Garfield High School. He was poor. He couldn't afford to play a regular guitar. Or no, actually, I take it back. He couldn't afford to play a left-handed guitar. He's left-handed. So instead, he flipped his guitar upside down and put different strings on it. And that is why he sounds, part of the reason why he gave him his signature sound was out of necessity for not having an instrument that would accommodate him being left-handed. So use what you got, make music. Here's a low quality picture of Bob Marley's band. Legendary. One of my favorite artists. Grew up listening to this guy. My dad is a musician. He played in a lot of bands. Showed me Jimi Hendrix, showed me Bob Marley when I was young, like super young. And he told me, Jimmy, he said, yo, this guy's from Seattle. So
that's inspiring.
Also, this one,
they just released a bunch of, I didn't mean to interrupt. I don't know if you know, you might. They just put out a bunch of demos Jimmy made at Electric Ladyland, like hours, 3 hours, I think, of recordings. One song is like 26 minutes long.
Dude,
it's like,
I need that. I need to hear it. You got to send me that. I'll find it.
Wow.
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix. He was skinny. He was underfed. He was a rock star. He smashed his guitar. He fucking burned his guitar up and smashed it on the stage. He didn't give a fuck. He was like rocking out and playing upside down. The guitar is actually upside down, and he strung it opposite of how you're supposed to do it, and it gave him a different sound. It set him apart from everybody, and a true Seattleite, a true native to Seattle. Um, Shout out
Yeah.
Jimmy, man. I think about him every day. Here's Kurt, another guy from
Yeah.
Aberdeen, down south past Olympia towards the coast there, the coastal town of Aberdeen. And there's what's the other Hoquiam. Hoquiam's right there. It's kind of an interesting place if you guys ever visit. But if you drive an hour and 30 minutes, hike up a hill, this is where you end up, guys. In our own backyard. Washington has this nature. That's a big draw of the city, a big reason why we are the way we are is because of this. I think this is
Yeah.
Mount Adams or something like that. But another one, Quincy Jones, rest in peace, passed away recently.
Seattle.
Grew up in
Yeah.
Bremerton. Grew up in Bremerton
Yeah, man.
or
Oh,
Bremerton,
Bremerton.
as some people might say, Bremerton. Yeah, Quincy Jones produced the best-selling album of all time, Michael Jackson Thriller, and he literally discovered
Dude.
piano and music in Seattle. And in the 50s and the 60s, he was in Seattle. Young guy, like I think he was like 20 or 19 when he joined a band that ended up touring around Europe, and it started him. And now he has many Grammys, and just he has a charity foundation. His legacy lives on forever. Rest in peace to all these beautiful people. Another one, Seattle legend, Mr. Mix-a-Lot. Baby got back. Whoopty doopty. Love this guy. I got to see him live last year in Seattle Center, the Bite of Seattle down there. Thousands of
Oh,
people
I
flock
was
to
there.
Seattle every year to enjoy music outdoors under the sun. And yeah, they're only an hour and 30 minutes away from stuff like this. Have you guys ever ventured into the woods in your own backyard? Like, you will find this. You'll stumble upon a lake with blue waters and mountainous rocks looking just like this picture. Um,
That is awesome.
this is an image I sourced from Woodstock, 1969 Music Festival in the farmlands of New York City, or New York State. All the people from the city flocked out into the woods, into the mountains, into the fields to hear music live. They heard Jimmy, they definitely heard Jimmy at Woodstock. I don't think any of these other guys were at Woodstock, but it was a massive music festival. I think over 500,000 people flocked to the wilderness to enjoy peace and music and love. And I really just believe Seattle is prime for that. Seattle has so many people. It's hustling and bustling in the city, and there's people just wanting to escape. People just want to go in nature and experience music and experience the outdoors and live. This is me in my beginnings. My dad taught me bass and guitar when I was really little. Um, I started recording on analog gear, tape. Um, yeah, I want to use tape machines. I want to press vinyls. I want to do stuff real life, analog. I don't like using the computer, staring at the screen too much. Ironic that we're on a Zoom, but we want to do stuff in person. We want to meet and link up and jam. Um, I want to build a studio to house us eventually, somewhere beautiful in the
Ooh.
woods, somewhere where we can get a construction crew and build a facility where we can do music and nobody can tell us to turn it down, and it'll be beautiful in the woods and it'll be analog. And if you guys have ever heard of glamping or yurts, here is a picture of a glamping village in this is in Hood Canal, which is about an hour, 2 hours from Seattle, across in the Olympic Peninsula. I actually stayed in this one right here. It's gorgeous. You drive up, drop your stuff off, do the roundabout, park out here, and then there's bathroom and stuff. But this place is awesome, guys. It was literally an experience like a luxury camping. It was heated. It had electricity. It had everything you need. They had a bathroom and stuff on site. It was as close to camping as you can get without sacrificing like a comfy bed and like heater and like it was fire. It was honestly fire. So I want to build a glamping village and a music retreat, a music studio, a retreat, a place to house us as a community, for people to come and just stay in one of these like smaller structures and then have access to using, the studio, or I want it to be an event space as well, somewhere in the woods to just where people can come out of the city for like a few days or a weekend and get together and make music and jam, and I'm gonna put posters up of all these guys and just do vinyls and make music with the community. Music is love, music is life. So that is kind of the vision of why we're starting this record label, is just to help people, inspire people, to make their vision real life, make it real. So that's what I got as far as my presentation. Thank you guys for watching and tuning into the Zoom. And yeah, that's all I got as far as my presentation. But yeah, that's Desert Oasis. That's kind of overall goal. We are building this community really big. I want there to be just inspired people, motivated people, driven people who are passionate about music, passionate about if any of these pictures or any of the stuff that I'm saying is inspiring you or firing you up to get to work on something, like, it's a sign you're probably the right person to be in here, and you're in here for a reason. So thank you, everybody, each one of you guys. And now I'm going to open up the floor for questions, discussion. If you want me to pull up the slide again, or if you want me to share the slide with you guys, I can send the link. You can check it out. We did have a question. From Tyler. Unsure if anyone has connected to the Midwest tribes, but I'm based on the reservations here, not in Seattle. So if you need me to network and connect to musicians and art spaces in the tribes here in the Midwest, I absolutely can. And yes, oh my gosh, that would be amazing. We don't want to be limited to just Pacific Northwest. I think a lot of the members in the group are based here, but across the whole United States and Canada and South America as well, there's beautiful places and communities and audiences that would love to experience music outdoors and to support native music or world music or just music for good vibes and good cause. So yes, like, please network with people, musicians, tribes, land, outdoors, all the above. Please network. Tell them about Desert Oasis and that we're a label and we are a community effort. And yeah, thank you so much, Tyler. But yeah, I'll open the floor to questions in the group or thoughts if anyone has any. Thank you, guys.
I'm digging this idea so much.
Yeah, me too.
It's like, I love this. I cannot get
Beautiful
this.
vision, man.
I know it is. I cannot get a smile off of my face.
Hmm. And I commend you for, not just having the vision, but also putting in the effort and, to gather people of like mind to, talk about it, get the ball rolling and everything. I'm excited to see where this goes.
Man, absolutely.
Same.
Thank you to you guys. It's really not about me. These aren't, like I said, these aren't necessarily my ideas. These are just kind of ideas that I feel like everybody that I've been talking to, or, in the network or in the community, has kind of been like wanting to do something like this. But it just takes one person, me, I guess, to organize the group and get people started. But yeah, it's all about you guys. It's all about each one of you guys in this group, as well as in the group chat on Instagram and our community, and networking. Tyler, Bryce, Reese, we got Lace in here, we got Chris, Jalen Percival, Bear Star, and Liv, who's a big part of what we do. She is Indigenous artist, singer, songwriter. You guys probably have seen her music. If not, she's going to be one of our first artists. We're doing a vinyl, and we're pushing for her music. She's just the most amazing, beautiful, talented, gorgeous singer, and her songs, like, the world needs to hear her songs. So
yeah,
artists like that
yeah.
have compelling why. Like, what is your why? Why are you making music? For her, it's her legacy, it's her tribe, it's like her people, her ancestors were singers, and she comes from just people winning and people using their gifts of community and service. And so that is like she really inspired me. So shout out to Liv. She couldn't be in the meeting today. She's doing something. I think she's doing yoga class. But um, yeah, shout out to Olivia and her sister's in here, Bryce. So thank you, Bryce, for joining in.
Bruce.
And yeah,
Derek, Johnny, good job. I'm proud of you.
thank you. Yeah, we're excited to have everybody joining in and collabing. So anybody has any questions or discussion? I was planning on going till about 7:30, so we can always go longer. But yeah, I'm gonna open it up if
Um,
anyone has any thoughts. I'm curious to hear what people
yeah,
think.
I just want to put it out there. Like I said, I really support this vision. I think it's exactly right in line with my values and what I feel like is important to me. And also, in the space that I feel drawn towards. That said, I have a day job, that isn't producing,
Mhm.
obviously, because I'm just getting into it. I'm a business analyst.
Nice.
So, I specialize in building businesses, analyzing, what is going to make a business prosper and, all of the different things that go into that. So I would be happy to, lend my services and
Ah,
be however I can with that, when it comes to like, documentation, collecting data. I specialize in
mm,
data analysis as well.
wow.
I
Thank you,
work,
Chris. Look at
so
that.
yeah, absolutely. I'll say this, please don't hold it against me, but I work for the CDC
Oh, that's
as a
okay.
business analyst.
Oh,
So,
you're good.
so it's controversial for some groups, so I just,
No,
I
no
got to
worries.
preface it. Um, but they're a pretty prestigious organization, and
Yeah.
I've learned a lot working with them and for them, and supporting the state of Nevada and stuff. So I would be more than happy to put those skill sets to use here in this group.
Man, thank you, Chris. Yeah, that's important
Yeah.
to mention as well is that this is a business. It's called the music business. It's called entertainment business at the end of the day. So we plan on operating as like a nonprofit organization in Washington, tax exempt, and that building wealth through the charity foundation. But we want to make sure all of our team members get paid on salary and like are getting accommodated for their work. And we want to make money. We want to raise funds and to help out good causes. And um, yeah, so we definitely, I want to make that clear is that we are a business. We are going to be selling stuff, merch, vinyls, tickets to shows and events and concerts. And we're going to make sure that we have the numbers and we're crunching all of our math to math, making our math. Um, but yeah, Chris, I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to be talking to you more, my friend. It's a pleasure to meet you. And thanks
Yeah.
for just your contributions, man. And welcome to Olympia, welcome to Washington. He moved from Reno. It's a big change and
Yeah.
yeah, beautiful. Both places are beautiful, but I think Olympia and Seattle area is like something special is happening here. So
I agree 100%. It was but when I was living in Reno, my partner and I, we were, we like the area for, the things that it has, but there's a lot of drawbacks. The
right,
weather is honestly pretty rough.
right, too
They get
hot.
a lot of snow,
Oh,
a lot of
what?
snow actually. Yeah, yeah,
Dang.
you'd be surprised. They get like feet and feet and feet of snow
Dang.
right in Reno proper. Right in the
What?
city, right in the town.
I was
Um,
thinking desert, like I've been to Vegas, that's in Nevada.
yep.
I was thinking
That's
hot.
what everyone thinks.
It's
Yeah, no,
crazy.
it's
You
it's
guys
high
must be
desert.
high. Yeah, high on a mountain. That's cool.
Yep, it's high desert. So yeah, we would be, and my poor dog's here. I don't know if you guys saw her, but she's about, this big, and
Uh,
so walking around in like, 2 feet of snow is
yeah,
just too much for
not
her.
the easiest
Yeah.
for a short-legged
No.
critter.
hmm
Um,
Yeah.
But yeah, we're really happy with where we live now. We live like just above Lacey, if you know where
yeah,
that is.
good
So
area.
we're technically in Olympia, but we're in like the one of the sounds. So
Mm,
I've got a beach like a 15-minute walk away from here, a 5-minute drive to like
wow.
a research center that's really beautiful.
Ah, that's
Um,
gorgeous.
I'll I've been trying to capture some recordings of like audio of the ocean and like the birds
Oh,
and all the stuff out there.
need it, man.
Use for
Send it
like
to us, bro.
lo-fi.
Yeah.
I'm
Send that
I
shit,
keep
man.
trying and it's just like every time I try, it's like dead silent. Like the water's totally still, the birds aren't chirping.
Right.
Oh,
You
So
got to
I
build it
got to
in
go out there a
nature.
few more times and
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
conditions. That's a yeah. Send us that, bro. We need that for the music. We can put those
Mhm.
nice nature sounds and overlay it kind of under all of our records, kind of as like just good
Oh
medicine
yeah.
vibes from
Yeah.
the earth, sounds from the earth, really.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Sounds
I
the
love
world.
that.
Get some lo-fi vibes and use it for like transitions. I love using things like that for transitions and stuff. So yeah, I'll definitely share whatever I get.
Are you kind of near the Nisqually tribe or like the Nisqually
Yeah.
River? Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh gosh, it's so gorgeous over there. It's so pretty.
It's beautiful.
There's a ton of
Yeah.
eagles.
Oh my God. There's the beach that I live by, like often see like over a dozen eagles
Oh my
just
gosh.
chilling, you know, like all
Oh,
the time.
Nisqually.
love that.
Yeah. Nisqually is gorgeous. We were like driving through there, going from
Yeah,
Tacoma to
I'm like right
Nisqually.
on the Nisqually Reach.
Ah, yeah. That's a gorgeous area. Shout out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Shout out Nisqually. Um,
Hmm.
I wanted to also, I'm gonna share my screen again. Yeah, let's go ahead. Can you guys see it?
Yep.
Hmm.
Mixer board. Okay. I
What
wanted
dye
to
you got
pull up
there?
I wanted to pull up a just like a rough idea of like because we want to do
Oh.
real estate development too. We want to build a facility for our studio and for our glamping village. So I was looking at a few different plots. This one is in, let's see here. Gotta move you guys. This one real quick is in we'll get down to nitty gritty and like fine, but this is just example. It's by the river. It's in this one's in Gold Bar, which is about an hour from Seattle, up a Highway 2 near Stevens Pass. This property is by the river. It's a big plot. You know, you can cut trees
Oh,
down,
wow.
clear an area, have accommodation for music. You know, there was a couple
Yeah.
others that I was looking at. This one's also by the river. You know, I feel like flowing water is
Nice.
good, man, for music. Good medicine, good
Hmm.
vibes. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I'm definitely shopping around. This is in Moclips, just by the beach. Um, also could be an option.
Now I know it's kind of early for these kind of conversations, but do you have any kind of like funding or any backers other than like
Yes, yeah. So we have
grant
I've been doing
sources? Okay.
crowdfunding just from different community
Okay.
members and local entrepreneurs. I partner with like a few real estate developers and just people that believe, you know, people that believe. So I've gotten contributions from people, but we're making our way towards being able to just buy just outright with cash, you know, and not have to use a bank or like
Hmm.
financing. We can just have it owned by community members and like have it all collaborative. But we definitely are gonna write it all down on paper and like have it structured and have it signed and like an agreement. But yeah, we want to build, we want to cultivate a music space, you know, and like an event space and a wellness kind of retreat with yurts, you know, like a glamping, because glamping tents are not as expensive to put up as like a legit structure, and they're almost more vibes to me. Like you really hear the outdoors. You can hear nature. And they're
Yeah.
sturdy. They can stand up against snow. They can stand up against rain and wind pretty well. The wind I'm not sure about, but I'm sure there's precautions that it's a whole learning curve. I've never done yurts before, but I'm sure we could learn it. And I stayed at one before. It was awesome.
Maybe we can
Ooh.
tap into some of the like techniques used for like earthship homes or possibly like native like techniques for building home type
Mm,
structures.
love that. Love
Because
it.
that yeah that because there's a lot of like structural engineering that's gone into that thousands and thousands of years where they'll use natural resources to build something that they can live in that's really kind of just not utilized anymore and we that's something I think rather than buying yurts somewhere we can use natural resources to
Mm,
build and
absolutely.
I think that would be really cool.
Man, great
Yeah.
idea, Chris. Love the way you think, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
using
I love
like
this.
native way, like, you know, there's people that lived here, you know, way before these darn settlers came in, you know, people that look like me, you know, white folks came in and like just built shit wrong, you know, just did shit all wacky. So, yeah,
Yeah.
like, you know, taking cues from like, you know, our tribal friends and um, because they know
bring
what it's
back those
about.
practices,
You guys know what
and then that opens up a lot of doors for grant opportunities, and preserving, older, like traditional ways, things like that. So that
beautiful,
that has a lot of benefits to it.
beautiful, man. I love it. I'm excited, guys. Hope you guys got value from this, or are getting value from being in this group, and taking time out of your Tuesday evening to join with me in Desert Oasis. And yeah, we had a smaller group today. I was expecting a few more people, but yeah, I mean, we can start with as little, we just got this core group right now of people who you guys have shown that you're really excited and really passionate to get involved. So thank you to each one of you guys: Bear, Lace, Bryce, Josh, Tyler, Chris, Reese, and Jalen. I think I might be missing one person says Zoom. One person says Zoom user. Shout out to Zoom user unnamed. Thank you guys all
Unnamed.
for joining in. Like I said, I want to meet every week on Zoom, and I also want to meet in person in Seattle and do like at KEXP or at the Vera Project. We can do like little jams or recording sessions. We're trying to build, in a practical sense, this week we're trying to build a band for Liv. She makes soul music. We're looking for a drummer and a keyboard player or guitar player or bass. Crispy, thank you. Yeah, keyboard. Lace, literally. Okay, perfect. This is why we're doing this. Lace, we need you on the keys. Not gonna lie.
I got you with the
I could
drums,
lay
bro.
down some guitar tracks.
Bear on the
I got you with the
drums.
drums. Yeah.
Chris on the guitar. Yep, look at that, guys. We're already doing it. Liv is she's
Got the
Connaught,
guitar.
she's got beautiful songs. Look at that, man. Chris has got the
Yeah, I
Telecaster.
love that.
Man,
Yeah, no, I would love to play the keys. And then really quick too, I didn't want to interrupt anyone earlier. But you mentioned how you want to maintain the company as like a nonprofit as well.
mhm.
So that's like my line of work right now. I'm sure
Wow.
you remember the time you saw me outside. I
Yeah,
fundraised.
I pulled up on you because
fundraised.
I recognized you. You were doing like a charity kind of like outreach with like the library. I saw Lace. I stopped the car. I said, "We got to turn around. It's Lace." And so that's cool. I didn't realize that that's what you're doing. That's
Yeah, so with my job, I fundraise for multiple charities. I've worked for like Child Fund, the Nature Conservancy. They work
wow.
with Native tribes as well. And I'm opening up an office in Idaho, so I do have to move a little bit ways
What? You're
away.
moving to
But
Idaho? No, that's
That
okay.
is so
Close.
far.
That's pretty
It's all
close.
right.
but
We
it's
got
only
technology.
yeah, it's only for like a year or two. But with that, like
Good.
I'll be the owner of the office, so I get to actually
Wow.
partner with the charities that I want to partner with. So you're like this would definitely be something that we could partner with. And
Oh my
basically what we
gosh.
do, we look
Build
for
the network.
ongoing support as opposed to like one-time donations. So
Right.
people donate to these charities like monthly, quarterly, or annually. So it's like an
Right.
ongoing support type of thing.
That's so cool, Lace. Gosh, I met Lace a while ago, just producing music, making beats, and just been a great friend. I had no idea that you were doing. I knew you were like really involved with your job, but like, what are the odds of that? Like, now you can partner with our charity together. You can get involved on like a deeper level. That's so cool. And you can
No,
play keys
seriously.
with us.
No, for sure.
Gosh, so yeah, in Idaho, we could also always do like Eastern Washington is like big for they have the gorge. They have like a bunch of music that people drive, 3, 4 hours from Seattle to go hear music live at the gorge, and kind of in more of the desert, which kind of aligns with Desert Oasis. So we can always look more east as well of the mountains. But
Yeah, I'm sure you're wanting to expand, like have places all over the country.
yeah, like little camps, little groups, off the grid kind of music stations, kind of,
Yeah.
or just
I
creation
love
stations
that.
really. But yeah, that's gonna be good. Jalen, you got anything to add? You're excited back there. He's happy. He's excited to be in here. Um, Gosh, yeah, that's good, Lace. Thank you for that.
Yeah, of course. And again, we really, really appreciate you. I personally do. Like you said, we've been friends for a couple of years, but he was like the first producer that ever, introduced me to a studio setting and, invited me and encouraged me. So I really appreciate you, Johnny. Thank you.
believe in you. I believe in you guys, each one of you guys. That's what this is about, just believing in each other. And you'll, as musician, as artist, as creative, you'll run into a lot of people that are going to tell you like, that's a nice dream, that's a cool idea, but that's bullshit because it's real. It's not an idea, it's real. We're doing this, so
Yeah.
um, let's keep
Yeah.
teamed
Oh
up,
yeah.
keep in touch. I appreciate all you guys for participating. I got to wrap up the Zoom call because I got to go. I got invited to this jam session with this like amazing saxophone player in Seattle. He invited me just to observe and like be a fly on the wall. His name is MD Soulful. He played on Kendrick Lamar's album, and he's local to Seattle.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna go meet him and like hang out with him a little bit. It's at 8:30 in about an hour here, so I got to wrap up the Zoom. But
All
each one of you
right.
guys, Tyler, Jalen, Reese, Chris, Chris B, Bryce, and Lace and Bear. God bless you guys. God bless
Yeah,
every
of
one of you
course. I'm
guys, and
honored to
thank you
be
for
here.
joining. And
Thanks, Johnny.
anyone got any
Yeah.
final message for the group before we end the Zoom call? Any final words?
I am so honored to do this. I am willing to help in any way, and I'm so excited and happy to do this with all of you guys.
Yeah, I second that.
I third that. Well, with that, guys, I hope you have an amazing night. Spend some time with loved ones, with family. Family is everything. I think this is a family, Desert Oasis. Um, let's
Yeah.
encourage our friends who are in the chat to participate, to get involved. We strive to be majority owned by women, operated by women. So, guys, encourage your lady friends, your female friends to get involved with their creative side and join forces on this label. People who are inspired, people who are motivated. Yeah, let's try to get people to participate. Let's try to get more people to get involved in discussions. And yeah, bully, team up, but don't bully people to join. You can tell people about the idea, but if they're not interested, that's okay. There's people that are interested. We just got to find them. So
Yeah.
with that, I'll release you guys back to your evening. But God bless each one of you guys, and thank you for believing in me and trusting me. But I believe in each one of you guys. I trust you guys too. So let's make Desert Oasis a beautiful label in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Love each one of you guys. I'll talk to
All
you
right.
soon.
All right.
And I
Thanks,
recorded this.
Jonathan.
I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.
All
Talk
right.
soon.